I have a friend coming in town, and I have all these great plans for him. I wanted to know what you thought of what you were going to do. First, we have to decide breakfast. Where do we take him for breakfast?
I can't have breakfast without iced coffee first at Mojo.
Of course. Mojo, the best coffee in town. My favorite, salted caramel. It's one of the best places. It's got, that's a perfect idea. And there's 2 locations, right?
Mm-hmm. There's one on Magazine and there's one on Ferret Street.
Oh yeah, so that's awesome. Definitely you have to get coffee, get steam for the day.
And then Surrey's for breakfast.
Yes, that's
I
perfect.
never eat a really heavy breakfast. I like to get a little bit of a light breakfast, a fresh fruit cup, and grits, which aren't exactly light, but
Surrey's pretty famous for their grits. I also love their boudin balls. I know it's a local delicacy, but I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that Jazz Fest is the first thing I go for, but they have them there and they're great. You can actually get them with an English muffin and poached eggs.
Oh.
Awesome. So,
yeah.
Pretty heavy, but you know.
That's really good.
Sort of expect that when you're in New Orleans to eat as heavy as possible.
Yeah.
Sort of free, you know.
What about lunch?
Well, it's kind of hard to think about lunch when you just ate breakfast, so probably need to walk around for a bit after being full of boudin balls. So, but what the cool thing about Surrey's is that it's in the Garden District, so you can walk. I mean, it's just, you know, throw a stone across the street, and you're looking at the most magnificent mansions in all of New Orleans, you know, the Garden District, and you don't even really need a tour, you just need a local.
Yeah, I love driving down Britannia. I always see something new on a house every day that I drive down there, no matter how many times a day I drive down there.
Yeah, Britannia Street, all the number streets, and the cool thing about going to Surrey's and then seeing the houses is that it drops you right in the shopping district, which is Magazine Street. Yeah. Which is where your awesome store is.
Thank you.
Miette, where you can get tons of beautiful, wonderful things from local artists. And there's so much going on just up and down the street, period, you know. So after breakfast, it's great to walk around the Garden District, see the beautiful homes. You're right there. Then it leads you right into Magazine Street, awesome shopping.
Another thing that I like to do after breakfast, if somebody has enough time, is drive them out to Lafitte National Park. They have a really nice trail that you can walk down, and I mean, it's probably about 30 minutes of a walk throughout the whole thing, and you can have a nice picnic at the end of the trail. You
get to see what it's like to be in Louisiana, get to see actual swamp life, get to see
alligators
and all that good stuff. So that's definitely,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do.
And then that, you know, makes you hungry. If you don't have a picnic, I guess you have to eat somewhere for lunch. So
yeah, Ignatius is one of my favorite places as well.
Jambalaya.
They have fried green tomatoes, the fried zucchini.
Oh yeah,
the mac and cheese.
Good, yeah, definitely one of my favorite places as well. We agree on a lot.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, I don't know, Hanson's. You got to get a snowball.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can't come to New Orleans and not get a
the
nectar
Satsuma
cream.
is my favorite.
Satsuma nectar cream with condensed milk is sort of a iconic, you know, flavor in New Orleans. And I think the Hansons started the snowballs anyway, so that's a cool story. It's a cool place to be.
Yeah, I love that place.
And then probably what I would do is head downtown after Hanson's and start, you know, seeing what's going on in the French Quarter, which there's always so much.
Fifi's is my favorite store in the French Quarter. I love their wigs. Yes, their wigs are fantastic, and they custom make wigs that are amazing.
Yeah, and just the quarter itself, Jackson Square, always filled with street performers. You get to see the majesty of the Cabildo, the cathedral, and then right across the street is Café du Monde and the Moonwalk. You can see the Mississippi River, you can see the Natchez, you can see...
That's a really romantic walk down the river too.
Yeah, it really is, you know, and then, you know, you can always head down to the Bywater and stop off and get a nice cool glass of wine at Bacchanal and sit in the courtyard.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe have some Spanish tapas. Still more eating before dinner, but
there's so much eating here.
Yeah, we eat like 30 meals a day, so.
Yeah, Pizza Delicious is down there too.
Yeah, exactly. And then probably take a nap and go to dinner.
Yeah, and then, late night, there's also Frenchman Art Market, and Olive Frenchman, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Music, I mean, local music everywhere in the French Quarter, especially during Jazz Fest weekend. I mean, there's so much going on.
Oh yeah, there's so many performers out there during Jazz Fest week. Yeah.
And dinner, you and I both share a love for Susan Spicer's work, and I love Bayona, and your favorite is Herb Saint.
Oh yeah.
So
you never go wrong with whatever's on the special for the night, ever.
Yeah, and you can always just go in and ask for a chef's tasting, and she'll feed you, and it's an amazing place. So, and then you hit the nightclubs and get some local drinks. What was the one you were talking about?
Oh, I love Cure. Cure is my favorite bar to drink at. They have a great Pimm's cup. Oh,
Yeah,
it's made with fresh fruit juices. It's amazing.
yeah. And then you end up at the piano bar or something like that because you have to do something touristy, you know.
Yes.
Piano bar and get like a Sazerac or something like that, like at 2 in the morning.
I just
with
learned what
everybody.
those were.
Yeah, but they're very iconic in New Orleans as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.